So how's everybody? Okay, kita ada perubahan sedikit lah kalau you all tengok daripada tentatif asal dengan program yang kita buat ni. Saya memang diamanahkan untuk mencukupkan credit hours supaya modul 2 tu consider complete lah through virtual aja lah nampaknya. Cuma kemungkinan besar kita ada bajet lebih tau untuk modul 3. So ada orang nak pergi Sabah lah and so on, mungkin hasrat tu boleh lah.
Terbatuk Ustaz.
Cuma takutlah universiti pula yang tak allow sebab tiket kapal terbang and so on, dia orang kena beli kan. But anyway, nantilah kita tengok macam mana sebab modul 2 ni bajet dia memang tak habis dengan cedera hati sikit aje lah kepada speaker hari tu. So we are going to top up on the modul 3. So modul 3 tu kita boleh mewah sikit lah. And then we'll see because I want to be transparent because I think the money pun kalau lebih pun tak boleh pakai untuk benda lain juga. It have to be used for the same program. And then I also not sure of whether kita boleh invite ke tak international participant. I mean secara fizikal lah. Kalau kita ada pun kita mungkin boleh buat fizikal macam biasa. Tapi we still have to have online jugalah dengan international speaker. So itu pun bajet kita lagi kurang lah. I mean berlebihan lah. So we'll see how lah. Sebab sebenarnya ada juga cadangan daripada I have putting aside part of the budget untuk select 6 of the best student untuk dibawa ke Essex University. So mungkin lebih ramai boleh bawa lah kot, jadi ada banyak ni. Tengoklah macam mana, depends on ACAP how they allow the budget will be used. Okay, so sedikitlah berkenaan dengan modul 2 kita ni. Jadi macam nak kata Syasha Marba pun tak tahulah, tapi I have to plan as if like we have enough hours to cover for the certification. Okay, so
Prof nak tanya, the hours tu, does that include the preparation hours tak?
Yes, include.
That's right.
Include. So dia sepatutnya 24 hours semua because dia kan consider 6 jam untuk 4 hari. So your preparation hours is considered 1 day. We considered 6 hours lah. So kita dah ada 2-4-6 jam dah on the top plus 6 hours of your preparation for today class. And then plus today, and then we have another 3 circle of a speaker. Dan kalau kita ada lagi masa, mungkin kita try to get entrepreneur lah. Macam siapa ke yang nakkan si Jekyll tu, we try to get him. And we will do some sort of like studies. Tapi at the end of the day, kita kena come up with a case study lah. Kita tengok macam mana kita nak buat. I will try to involve somebody who will talk to us about how to develop a case study on leadership. Okay, so it's just a little bit about me, about the program from me. Saya ada sebenarnya nak sharekan juga sedikit yang sepatutnya in chapter 1, which is actually on the day 1 about leadership theory and so on, which I think many of you already know. Cuma kita nak kaitkan dengan kita punya leadership style plus dengan learn from, of course, our otai and of course the new leaders yang ada sekarang in our higher institution. But before that, mungkin kita boleh mula dulu with a presentation, mungkin 3 presentation daripada participant yang nak share your opinions ke, yang you nak share your experience ke with the leader yang presented the other day, especially Projaria lah kot. Nak share about Gauss. Mungkin every participant kat sini yang ada pengalaman dengan leader tu, does he walk his talk or what is your opinion? Ni between kita punya wall sajalah, tapi kita tak adalah kata nak mengutuk. We are going to tell the truth so that kita boleh learn from them. So lepas ni there is an assignment for you, an exercise for you untuk you are actually doing the what they call it statement, leadership statement of yourself, so that kita boleh tengok who we are going to be in the future. It's not only you all, I pun, kita pun masih di tengah-tengah. Chances to go up tu masih ada. So we have also need to learn from each other and also from the expert. So boleh kita buka kepada volunteers to present?
Hi, Prof. Ivy here. Can I start
Hi,
first before
Ivy.
I forgot my thoughts? I have nothing to present, but just want to give my thoughts after listening to the three VCs speech and seminar. Since you asked about especially our own experience relating to the VC, I would like to comment a bit about Dato Sri Gau Jasmine. And I came into a year after he started his VC-ship. And I during my first few years in it was quite a chaotic transition, because I can feel from my peers, although I'm not, I didn't know what happened before before I came in, but I can see from my peers and the changes they has made throughout the whole university, even at the young lecturer point of view, is quite rigorous, and a lot of resistance from the ground. I think until the last day when he was in we were still in a way, how to say, resisting to his programs, his tech, his vision. No, we are talking about how so many papers and things like that. But what I want to say is that reflecting back, even after he has gone, we are still relating to his vision. We are, I think now, after a few years after he has exited from as alumni, and I think everybody kind of appreciated what he has done to us. We become proud about what we have done. We have achieved together in a way. But I think very few people actually pointed that it was his vision that started all this. And so, just a reflection. As I think, as a leader, when you were on the task, it sounds really impossible when everybody becomes a critic. The output or the effectiveness of your leadership only comes about when you left the position. So I think in reflection, I feel that no matter what we are doing, no matter what kind of leader position we are doing, it maybe it's this kind of thing that makes it very challenging. When you're on the job, it was just a challenge all the time. So I adore his vision. I have not seen such how to say, very courageous kind of leaders he is. No, I can't say that I agree with all the decisions he has made. He has made quite political things between our campus, but it worked. I have to say, it just worked. And we are still continuing his culture, and we are practicing his culture voluntarily, in a way. Right now, everybody's moving to ISI. No, we are not turning back anymore. So, for example, I was attracted to his way of speaking, because right now I'm in the research management. We want to instill another element in our research, right? He brought in the ISI. He brought in the high citation kind of good quality of research. Right now, wants to bring in impactful research, engagement with stakeholders. I keep looking back how he has done it and how I could do it now. Yeah, that's why I feel a bit related to what he speaks about. But in general, general journey to grow as a leader, I'm more related. I feel related to Prof. Asma's journey, kind of way of attaining the leadership qualities. I feel more closer to her way of speaking, her way of thinking. Maybe because of women thing, I'm not sure. I think the nurturing thing, it relates very from the sentimental point of view. It relates very much, because I really feel what she's trying to tell us. Yeah, so these are the two comparisons I can make up from the three speech. That's all from me.
Do you have, what is your idea about Gau's leadership style?
Very transformational.
Is he autocratic?
Very transformational.
Transformational.
Yes. He hasn't backed off. No, because everybody is like, no, objecting to his, criticizing. This is not going to go well. And we made it. So He's very transformational, very courageous, I think. And I think he should be proud of what he has done to us, and I'm very proud of him.
Her brand, her reputation, her good name, do you think as a leader he had create a legendary or legacy or something like that?
Oh yes, of course, I think so. Of course, there's always two sides of a coin, right? Depends how you see it. Nothing is black and purely black or purely white. But regardless, if you see from leader, is he a good leader? I think he is. Can he bring up good changes to his his portfolio? I think he has done. It's not just UM. Before that, he was MMU. You can see it's a series of production. I would like to coin, maybe he's a producer. From the way he tell, I never know that he's done so much, and not MMU, and then now UM, then now he's going to UPM. So I can expect he will do fancy things with UPM as well. He's a producer. That's my
okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ivy. How about me, Prof. Jaria, your experience?
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Prof. Ivy. You made my life easier by starting off because Prof. Ning has mentioned my name at the beginning. Yeah. Unlike Ivy, who joined UM a year after Tan Sri Gauth was appointed as VC, I've been in UM for the longest years that, ever since coming back from the States. So I had actually gone through several VCs and doing admin work under each one of those VCs with Tan Sri Abdullah Arwah, Tan Sri Abdullah Sanusi, Rafia Salim, and Hashim Yaakob, and Tan Sri Gauth, and then we have Tan Sri Amin, and right now the current VC, Abdul Rahim. So under each one of these VCs, they have their own targets. They have their own KPI, and some of these KPI are their own or KPIs that have actually been given to them upon the appointment of VC-ship. So we do know that they have certain targets to achieve, right? And I think having heard from Prof. Asma and Prof. Radwan and Tan Sri Gauth, they are all VCs, and we know that they have their own challenges, and we've learned a lot from them as well. Now, with my experience with Tan Sri Gauth, I agree with Ivy that he is someone whom we can label as a transformational leader, because he practically took up upon himself to change the mindset of the support staff as well as the academic staff in UM. All right, and I think he was bold. He knew what he was up against, and even that didn't stop him. So he got straight into the root of the problem. By I think after 6 months of his VC-ship, he saw people, and he has seen how we operate, looking at our academic programs, our infrastructure, and how we handle student affairs. Gave him some idea, but then again, after leaving UM for some years, and then he came back with his experience being the president of MMU, I think gave him some kind of new energy for him to come in and to work things out. Really, he changes a lot of things. One of it is to impose the KPI, which all of us don't particularly like. It changes our lives, and I know that some of our staff had actually labeled him as someone who is cruel. Because when you implement something which is new, you don't know whether you want to, you have to consider whether you want to implement it immediately or only to a certain cohort, particularly, let's say, for example, KPI, because I mentioned KPI. We might think that he wants to apply KPI to new staff coming in, because, being new, they have a few years before they can really develop their career and go for promotion. But with the new KPI, he also imposed it on current cohorts, staff. So those, particularly those who are about to retire, a few years to retire, I really feel for them, because there's no way they can come up with X number of, ISI publication, or to meet up certain amount of grants in order to fulfill the minimum requirement to, to Professor A, B, or C. I really feel for them. And also the senior lecturers who are just about to go for their AP-ship, they were delayed because of the implementation of the new KPI and the requirements. So some people say he is cruel because of that, because there wasn't any leeway that was actually given to us. And then all these set of requirements are imposed upon us, and we are expected to comply and to produce. So I remembered as an administrative staff then, dealing with research, I have no choice but to, pujuk rayu, help, mentor, what have you, these staff of mine, particularly those who are about to go for their promotion, to actually work in teams, collaborate with one another, and to make sure that they have it in order to go for that promotion that they want to. So when you talk about high index journal, you talk about citation, H index, it's not only for science but for the non-science as well. And you can imagine, as far as the social sciences are concerned, it's always chapters in books, it's always books that we look, that we work towards. Not so much of high impact. We don't even know what are the journals in our areas that are actually indexed at that point in time. So you can imagine the pressure that was, that we were going through. But Tan Sri Gauss created, a lot of avenues in which, particularly for those in the sciences, for them to engage in research and publication. He promised, to bring in money. And I think through his talk, he mentioned about the millions that he has promised, and he has managed to bring those in. Now, because of the funds that we got, we managed to create the High Impact Center, and we bought equipment, and until now, our scientists, our academic staff were able to use those equipment, which was actually purchased through the fundings that we got through High Impact. And I remembered not doing anything much but preparing proposals at that point in time, and he had a lot of ideas in terms of, apart from getting money for the research, he was also thinking in terms of sustainability, right? And he has actually thought in terms of how to bring in money. And I think towards the end of his visitorship, he was trying to, of course, money is the key. In order to get money, he has to think of ways. One, I think he has this huge plan of. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ivy. The Metropolitan. Have you heard of that? Do you remember that? It's the Metropolitan Hospital, I think, that yes, and that was really huge. And if we were to have that would generate money. And when you talk about sustainability, it would be able to sustain us in terms of bringing in income. And there were other initiatives as well. The other thing which I thought wasn't very popular was the merging of faculties and PTJs, And I think we were actually spending a lot of time, a lot of man hours thinking in terms of how similar faculties can actually be merged. But then he left with when he left, there wasn't any merging. Can Ivy? Not yet. All right, and the next VC was supposed to pick it up, but somehow or other it didn't happen. So that were things that was actually worked out, you know, and achieved, and there are things which he didn't get to do. But I thought if he were to get the Metropolitan done, I'm sure right now UM dah kaya raya, dah tak payah nak sibuk-sibuk, you know, trying to get external funds. Yeah, one thing I know about Tan Sri Gauf is that he doesn't mince his words, you know. He is one who is very direct. So if you're not used to his style, yeah, you find yourself being very demotivated, depressed, all right. But at the same time, you know, if you look at it on the positive side, it should motivate you. Yeah, his style is such that he will tell you directly what needs to be done, and it's up to us to take it either on a positive note or otherwise. Yeah, but right now I think the VCs, subsequent VCs, had a good or easier time because Tan Sri Gauf has actually set the direction for UM. Yeah, he came in and he sort of charts out what's the target, you know, where do we want to go. So he had actually started the navigation, and the pathway is actually there. So subsequent VCs, when they come in, they will just continue on. Yeah, ISI is still being observed, right? Citation index, like Ivy said a while ago, now we are looking at impact. So any proposals, research proposal we put in, the output, the impact has to actually be there for it to make, you know, make sense, and for it to be accepted by the society. The other one would be engagement with stakeholders. Yeah, I can go on, Prof. Nick, but I think those are the ones that I can remember of Tan Sri Gauf. Prof. Nick, your mic. You need to, you need to unmute.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry. Shock, terlalu shock sampai lupa. Okay, probably we can listen to the others, like from MMU maybe. I saw from MMU we have Dr. Ong Jinwee. Where are you? Oh, you don't have, you got a chance to work with Gauss before he left, or?
He hired me.
Oh, okay.
And during the interview, it was really short because he just came in. It was a short interview because I was a student from MMU. So it's according to my dean back then, it was just for formality. So entered, and I told him that I have a bachelor degree in entrepreneurship. And he told me one thing. He said, you cannot be rich if you become an academics. Then he said, are you aware of it? I say, yes. Then he just stand out and walk away. So I was looking at my dean, and she said, no worry, you can go home now. Then the moment I left the campus, I received a call, and basically I was told that I'm hired. My experience working with him was not really that much because I joined MMU as a staff in 2006. I think Prof. Gauf left MMU in 2008. So I was a very junior staff, but something that I remember, because back then I was a tutor, since Prof. Gauf, I didn't see another president who will go, you know, he wear the helmet and he go and direct the traffic during our open day. And he will really go down late in night, like 10 o'clock, he will still come, and with Prof. Chua, that time back then they will come to our booth and they will give comments, motivate us, and so on. So those are my little experience with him. But today, I think that day, quite a number. I didn't manage to join the session because we have our pitching session here in my center. what was informed by my colleague is they were asking possibility of Prof. Gulf returning to MMU. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of the situation in MMU now. We are now headed by an acting president only since Prof. Rafi left for TM. So first round of search, a lot of rumors, and then ended up we didn't get anyone to fill out the position. So they were like saying that, wow, what can be done over there? But people miss him. And like what Ivy and so on shared just now, but now we start to see the logic of a lot of things that are done by Prof. Gulf back then and Prof. Chua, where we seriously, I heard from my senior that they seriously don't like it. But now they start to see logic of it. Let's say you can imagine at early stage of MMU, that then we were asked to publish in ISI and etc. So that's all from my side, my little experience with Prof. Gulf. Thank you.
Okay, so are you also agree that Prof. Gauss is transformational leader, an agent of change? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's great. He's really great in that.
So anybody, maybe Prof. Asma, I heard a very good comment by USM staff about Prof. Asma. Usi maybe, Umi, mana Umi? Dr. Umi, where are you?
Saya ke?
Bunyi suara aja. Mana tuannya? Rindu ni. Can I see your face?
Alah, Prof tak boleh, muka tak siap.
Bukanlah, takkanlah nak kena pakai lipstick dengan blusher.
Should be.
Okay, any opinion from you? Mungkin Prof. Asma, through your experience, based upon apa dia punya sharing session hari tu, what do you think? Is it her?
Actually, Prof, saya tak pernah ada experience dengan those three speakers tu lah.
Including Asma ya? Bukan
No,
bukan.
bukan. Saya bukan USM, Prof. Saya UTHM.
Oh, okay. I thought Usim.
Bukan.
Siapa from Usim ya?
Bye.
Bye. Tapi you also can comment secara from the speech that she made. What do you think? Anybody?
Hi, Prof. Shangita here.
Hi, yeah, Sangeeta from USM.
Yeah. So I would like to make just a bit of comment on Prof. Asma, because I was hired after she took over as VC in USM. But before that, when I was a student, she was also holding positions in the management. So then I finished my studies in 2012, and then I left and came back in 2016, and she was the VC of USM. So to me, Prof. Asma is like an icon where everybody will just stop and listen whenever she talks. And I think the way she makes us do or follow her vision is because of the charisma that she holds as a leader, as well as the way that she's able to motivate us from the speech that she makes. She really holds the ground and make you want to follow what she do. So I think one of a very good quality of a leader, and I really do look up to her. And I was very happy that when she came and gave the talk the other day, and also the other two VCs as well. So I think that's about my short comments on Prof. Asma. And I think she is a transformational leader because she's able to, like I said, using just by giving a speech, she can actually make us follow what she wants. Yeah, that's about it for me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Prof.
Anybody else? Dr. Mazura, Prof. From Mazura. I think you must have a very interesting, not to say comment, but opinions towards all these three leaders. Do you?
Prof, I see difference between Prof Asma dengan Prof Gaus. Prof Gaus is more of, to me, who loves to dictate. Prof Asma is more of motherly, okay, come with me, and loves to invite. But my question, but both of them have visions, Prof. In order to become a VC, not everybody can become good VCs. I have seen lots of VCs, and then based on my experience, if you do not have a vision, then it's very difficult for you to bring the whole university, warga university to be with you. I have seen PTD becomes VC, and you see that the way they dictate the staff will be almost the same how they dictate people in Putrajaya. So all the what do you call it? All the staff have to line up, just like in Putrajaya on Monday, right? So everybody has to stand in front on the field, and then they follow, because this is their practice. But if I can share what I see from my current VC, it's like you have to have a vision, Prof. Kalau nak jadi seorang leaders yang tu, you have to be a visionary person. You tak boleh tengok benda tu what I want now. What I want now for the future, and what I want now for the next 3 to 4 years. What the university wants to bring. Kalau tak ada vision tu, I don't think you can become a good leader. Itulah what I see. So, but how you become a leader, the manner you do it, you can become very strict like Prof Gaus. Hari tu tak jawab, tak tanya soalan, I takut. Nampak Prof Gaus tu garang. So, tapi Prof nampak garang tu jadi macam tu sebabnya and then tapi Prof Asma tu in conferences tu, I have seen her and the way she approach you. She always says like things like, oh, you have a very good idea. Lepas tu dia akan bagi you kata, why don't you do this? And dia bagi macam he is more of guiding. Macam Prof Gaus tu, I nampak dia macam, okay, this is my vision, let's do this. Itulah difference tu. But my question is, Prof, kan, walaupun we have lots of vision, how do you want to make people, and you know this vision is very unique for your university, for example. How do you, I suppose I'm going to post this question to a lot. How do you make sure, or how do you want to invite people, anak-anak buah you to follow you tu? Bagi I, what cara-cara kita? Kadang-kadang kita buat tiba-tiba kita cakap sorang-sorang je. And that is my worry lah. My worry when it comes to become leader, whether my vision ni, how do I get a vision? Itu satu. Sebagai seorang leader, is my vision correct tak? Memanglah the KPM will, the ministry will give you certain KPIs lah. But you, how you want to bring the university, and then that one is, and then how do I make my subordinates or my staff, academician and non-academician lah kononnya, to come with me to achieve this vision together. Itulah. These are things that I always ask myself.
Can I respond, Prof?
Yes.
Yes, sila.
Yeah, I can totally relate with that question of yours, Mazura, because I practically have about the same questions too. When the first time I was appointed as dean, you know, where do I want to bring my faculty to? So the first thing I do is the SWOT analysis, which I found very helpful. Yeah, when you've done SWOT analysis, you should do it with your pengurusan and then, you know, members in the pengurusan. And at the same time, you may want to also refer to other faculties within the university and see, you know, your dean now, right, Mazura? So you can also talk to other deans in the social sciences and the sciences and see what they've done and all that, you know, being the new kid on the block that you are. Because I went through the same thing as well. So, you know, you got the green license to ask lots of questions, being new in management. Yeah, SWOT analysis helped me a lot because when I know what the strengths are, what are the weaknesses, and what are the threats, you know, and others, it will sort of, sort of forces you to think in terms of what's best for your faculty and for your university as well. And at the same time, you want to be as real as you possibly can. Real simply means you need to look at your staff, support staff, as well as your academic staff to see what is it that they have already achieved and where are they now and where they want to go. Because you tak nak jadi speed train di seorang kepala kat depan yang belakang semua hilang. Alright, so yeah, so when you want to move together. And again, I appreciate Gar because I learned a lot from him in the sense that you really have to change the mindset of your people. You have to be on the same plate, you know, same thinking. Of course, there will always be that 10% of those who are dead set against you, but you know, focus on the opposite, the other way around.
Correct.
Someone always told me this is my leadership 101 lah, you know. When the first time I became a deputy dean, you know, they say that you don't have to have 100% backing you up. If you have that 20%, you know, to start with, yes, that's good enough. And then you move forward with whatever vision or whatever targets that you have. Prove that you can actually achieve. You don't have to have many, you know, but you have a few that really matters. And when those few achieve, you manage to achieve, then the rest will be convinced. When they are convinced, they come on board.
Yeah. Have you heard of Datuk Radwan's strategy? I'm not sure whether his strategy is actually should be followed or is a bad strategy, but Datuk Radwan's strategy is like a corporate strategy. Like when the new CEO comes in, they always bring dia punya own awak-awak, rakit-rakit dia. So because of, you know, to answer Dr. Mazura's question, I think that is maybe the strategy that what Radwan has been doing many years ago to bring his followers, so that these people will be, even though only 10%, will be taking up whatever vision that he wants, you know. So that is one strategy. But sometimes it will make like segregation between those who are already in the system and those who are coming in. Tapi strategi itu adalah strategi just maybe, I don't know, it may be not long term, but short term it will be workable. Another strategy is that you yourself has to have standby already. So that's why I also agree with Prof. Asma and Prof. Radwan to say that before we taking up any leadership position, we must have our academic standard, our academic standing, which means that we already have the followers of us that is loyal to us. So we carry that. So we cannot just be coming from nowhere, suddenly jadi VC, memang susah you nak create. Because people, prejudice lebih ramai daripada, you know, those who are having positive impression to you is lesser as compared to those who have negative impression to you. So I don't know, anybody ada any opinion? Kalau I tengok daripada leadership of Radwan, itulah dia buat, macam mana dia nak make follower. So he create a follower. He bring in a few people to work and have same vision with him. So orang yang baru masuk ni tak boleh kata apalah, because dia memang dibawa khas untuk kerjasama dengan the new VC. At the same time, on the other opinions saying that kalau you ni dah memang leadership type, you dah ada follower behind you, you dah ada standby of your own, so you don't have to worry because it's a domino effect. You ada 10 orang, So this 10 orang will help you to multiplying other followers. But you have to have your standard already. You must be not just anybody. You must have somebody. You must be a somebody before you taking up, especially higher position like VC or DVC. That is one opinion lah. Mungkin anybody nak saya suka soalan daripada Temazuran ni because that's the problem. Kita boleh buat macam-macam strategi. Kita boleh jadi general tapi tak ada askar yang nak yang nak operationalkan dia, memang tak gerak juga. Anybody who's that? Okay, Dr. Syarul.
Okay, Prof, saya just nak share sajalah because we have listened to 3 speakers actually. And then I believe when we want to know about the leadership style, I would like to look at it from 4 perspectives, Prof. Because they will call it 4 P's lah. 4 P's ni kalau dalam marketing to price, product, but this one from leadership style we call it 4 P's. Because if we listen, because we have 3 presenters, macam Prof Radwan ni, dia sebelum dia ke UMK saya rasa dia di KPT. So dia melihat dasar-dasar yang dibuat di KPT. So that is one of the advantage yang dia ada lah. Prof Asma pun saya rasa sama juga, cuma Tan Sri Gaus ni dia banyak di MMU dulu. Okay. Jadi cabaran pertama, P yang pertama yang saya nampak yang ada pada ketiga-tiga VC ni is they need to know about purpose. Macam Prof Radwan, because dia bukannya datang daripada UMK, kita nampak kan dia sampai dia kena buka kertas kabinet dulu, dia nak tahu UMK ni as entrepreneurship university. And then Prof Asma dia memang USM dan Tan Sri Gaut juga daripada UM. Jadi dia dah biasa dengan dua universiti ni dah biasa. So cabaran pada Prof Radwan is to know about the purpose of the university. That is the first P yang kita kena tahulah as a leader. You must know the purpose. Sebab kita ni insya-Allah lah semua orang ni bakal dekan apa semua. Sometimes kita kena hold position that we don't want to hold it. Kadang-kadang because of dia nampak kita, letaklah Prof ni dekat kawasan ni, jaga ni. So kalau kita naik from the dalam kawasan yang sama, bermaksud kita mudah untuk faham the purpose tu. Tetapi kalau kita diletakkan purpose tu menjadi cabaran lah. So number 1 saya tengok ketiga-tiga VC ni dia dah clear about the purpose. Okay. The second P yang saya suka lihat ialah is you must have a people. People ni bermaksud kalau perasan macam mana Prof Radwan buat, dia ajak kawan-kawan dia kan. That is one of the strategy lah. Sebab itu kalau kita naik di tempat yang kita tak tahu purpose, basically people dia tak support kita. Jadi macam Prof Asma, USM ni memang established university, saya rasa orang-orangnya hebat semua. Kemudian UM pun sebab itu dia saya rasa Prof Radwan cabaran dia lebih sikit lah, is to bring good people lah. So kita ada purpose, kita ada people. Kemudian nombor 3 ni yang saya rasa penting juga yang ketiga-tiga ni buat ialah you must know the process. Process of managing the university. It's not about managing the business entity. In fact, for Dr. Tan Sri Gaus, because he from MMU, which is I believe is profit oriented, okay, then supported by saya rasa mungkin Telekom kan, Telekom. Kemudian dia dah ke UM, dia dah biasa dengan money punya perspektif ni. Kemudian dia masuk. Cuma cabaran pada Tan Sri Gaus ni ialah dia bukannya duduk di UM lama, saya rasa di MMU lama. Tapi pada Prof Radwan ni sebab dia duduk di KPT, proses tu dia nampak. Sebab itu isu tentang bajet tak ada, dia first surrender tu, dia kata good governance, dia kata kan, dia ada highlight, dia kata you must know how the government process, which is that is the process lah. Advantage pada Prof Radwan because dia at the macro level dia tahu, and then mudah untuk dia pergi ke micro level. Micro level dia menjadi mudah because dia berjaya pujuk P yang nombor 2 tadi tu, people tu. Okay, So ketiga-tiga ni ada. Visi ni ketiga-tiga ni ada. As a leader, we should have this. People, kemudian purpose, okay, kemudian proses. Okay, the last part yang selalu yang kita tak menjadi is because we don't have the place. Sebab itu kadang-kadang ada leader ni yang dia boleh transform di satu tempat, tapi dia tak boleh transform di tempat yang lain because dia tak dapat place tempat yang betul-betul dia rasa dia boleh berjaya lah. Jadi yang itulah yang saya nak komen, because pada saya 4 P's in leadership is very important. Ya, place ni ialah betul lah macam Perpaduan tu daripada KPT. Memang tiga-tiga ni memang orang yang dia dah bergelumar dengan higher education. Menjawab pada Dr. Mazura punya persoalan tadi kan, dia ada highlight, dia kata because we have the PTD being our VC, the style, because dia place tu tidak membantu dia. Proses tu proses yang dia faham di PTD. In fact, kalau kita perasan ada Prof. Radwan cakap ke apa, kita menguruskan orang yang pandai ni sebenarnya lebih mudah. Tapi because of the process and the place dia datang tu dia tak berapa ngam, jadi menjadikan benda tu sukar untuk dilihat dalam situasi yang positif lah. That is my comment lah, Prof. Ada 3 presentation tu.
Thank you, Dr. Syarul. Very good comment. I think it's a new knowledge for us lah. Maknanya 4 P's ni bukan pada marketing saja tau. Leadership pun kena ada 4 P's juga. So any more input? Dr. Mazura, you agree or you have other, or you want to concur Dr. Syarul's idea?
I am jotting down everything now.
Very good. Okay. So I agree with you. Macam especially on the place too. Some place is easily to manage. Some place is difficult to manage. Especially I think like UMK, very well known that they have to become entrepreneurial university. So it's not that easy, you know, to get accepted by many that you are entrepreneurial university. Apa yang you ada, apa beza you dengan orang lain. So in order to do that, I think VC has to be very strategic thinking lah. Sama juga macam UM. I mean the place to be number 1 university in Malaysia at least. Sekurang-kurangnya ranking dia tu accepted by the world. So Gauss has to do something bold lah about it. Okay. If I want to open to you all punya open to question, you rasa ketiga-tiga kalau saya tengok lah dalam, because I pun Gauss pun I tak kenal, tapi I know him secara friendship, bukan secara boss and subordinate, tapi dia memang nampak je lah macam tu, very nice, very accommodative, cuma dia sarkastik sikit lah, tapi dia tak ada human. I mean not only dari segi being a boss, tapi friendship pun kalau dia nak kata, dia kata aja. Kau ni kenapa gemuk sangat ni? Dulu dekat Australia nampak kurus. Dia elok aja dia boleh cakap macam tu. So different from Radwan. Radwan ni is always nice talk. You know, he's apa dia panggil? Sweet talker sebenarnya. Walaupun nampak macam tu, dia sweet talker. Tak pernah cakap buruk dekat orang, tapi kat belakang we don't know lah. Tapi that is different. What do you think as a boss? But do you think that those who are a sweet talker dengan those who are blunt ni will be a good leader? I mean, cuba tepuk dada tanya selera. Who are you actually? But is that a good leader to be that kind of a character?
Prof, Syaril.
Okay, Datuk Seri.
Saya melihat macam ni, Prof. Kadang-kadang kala sebagai seorang ketua ni memang perlu untuk be blunt supaya tetapi setiap apa yang dia nak buat itu dia mesti juga selitkan dengan sebab apa dia nak buat sedemikian. Sebab kadang-kadang kala kita pun tak boleh tahan, Prof, kalau stalker, tapi kat belakang dia bantai kita. Sebagai anak buah, kita akan rasa seolah-olah dia ni tikam belakang kita, depan semuanya indah. Kalau kita tengok mungkin age penting juga. Mungkin di age saya ni, saya lebih prefer bos yang bercakap terus terang. Maki pun tak apa. Lebih baik dia maki kita depan daripada kita dengar dia kutuk kita kat belakang. Itu lagi seksa pada saya. Isunya adalah bagaimana dia menyantuni. Saya nampak yang stresnya adalah apabila kita tak bila kita sendiri yang menerima itu tak boleh nak cope, coping issue. Kadang-kadang sebagai follower, bila kita berhadapan dengan keadaan yang sedemikian dan kita tak pernah ada experience, saya nak share pengalaman saya. It's about 3 months di kementerian. Saya tak pernah berada dalam suasana politics. Saya sebagai seorang pentadbir universiti, pada saya 1 or 0 sahaja. Tidak kena kata tidak, betul kena kata betul. Tetapi dalam politik ini, sweet talker itu adalah elemen yang sangat penting. Walaupun tak boleh, kita kata benda ni tak boleh, tetapi boleh dicuba. Sedangkan kita tahu result dia memang tidak boleh. Untuk mengimbangi ini penting supaya the first 2 weeks saya di sini, bila saya buat dengan kaedah yang macam di universiti, sebagai seorang pentadbir, iaitu if you want something, you have to follow all the SOP, all the, memang orang akan bising lah. Sebab kita kata 1 or 0 sahaja. Tapi bila kita dah mula faham, kadang-kadang perlu diimbangi sebab isunya coping. Orang yang terima tu, dia tak sebagaimana kita. Mungkin kita rasa dengan kaedah kita direct ataupun kita bercakap terus terang itu, mereka boleh faham. Kerana setengah orang ini mereka telah ada satu belief system. Kalau katakanlah dia minta sesuatu ataupun dia berurusan dengan kita, dia mengharapkan kita dapat bantu dia. So saya nampak kedua-dua ciri ini perlu diimbangi. Memang perlu kena ada sweet talker supaya orang suka kat kita, orang benci kat kita, Prof. Kan payah juga sebenarnya. Tapi kalau katakanlah kita sweet talker, bila sebenarnya di penghujungnya nanti atau di end up story itu kita tak agree dengan dia, dia akan kata pula nanti, kenapa tak cakap awal-awal, tak boleh. So benda itu saya nampak adalah, saya nak concludekan adalah kita memang kena blunt, dan sweet talker ini mesti diimbangi supaya dalam kepimpinan ataupun dalam kita nak bawa vision kita itu, kita ada follower. Kadang-kadang saya setuju juga tadi ada yang sebut berkaitan people, proposal proses ini. Pada saya, people ini adalah perkara yang sangat penting. Sebab apabila kita berurusan dengan people, dia pun telah ada satu stigma pada kita. Bila orang tu berurusan dengan kita, dia pun dah ada first impression daripada kita. Dan kebanyakan orang, dia akan buat homework. Sebelum jumpa, nak jumpa sesiapa, dia akan buat homework, dia akan study, dia akan tanya orang itu, tanya orang ini. Kalau orang tu positif pada kita, first impression dia akan ada bagus pada kita. Kalau negatif, dia kata, patutlah si Syarif tu sombong punya muka. Macam itulah. So saya nampak itu adalah pandangan saya.
Okay. Ya, saya pun agree. Kadang-kadang you kena tengok you ni ketua dalam kelompok mana, dalam kluster mana. Like I agree with Dr. Syaril, if you are politician, so if you blunt, sorry lah, lepas ni tak kena pangkah lah you. But in a way, I think that's what. Okay, selepas ni I will share with you. Mungkin kita boleh buat argue sikit. I have slides to share with you, and then kita tengok which one is actually. Is it correct that when you say Gauss is transformational based on theory? Is it true that transformational leader is actually acting in such a way? So I will share. I will present after this. Then we are also going to see on what type of leader is actually kita ni. Macam, I mean, kita pejam mata bila kita tengok kita ni sebenarnya, is it a good leader? Is it a potential leader? If we are actually have a chance to become higher than what we are now, So what type of leadership that is actually suitable and be able to make it successful. Okay, so I'm going to present, tapi I'm not going to just talk alone. So I hope that you all boleh apa tu jampuk-jampuk lah ya, because I think this one is nothing new. It's just like a sharing saja, mengingatkan antara satu sama lain aja. Okay, so okay, can you see my slide? Boleh tengok kah?
Yes, boleh Prof.
Okay.
Nampak ya? Okay, okay. Okay, so the topic that I'm going to share with you is about leadership change. Tapi I'm going to just share with you a different school of thought about leadership. So basically, the types of leadership based on the theory by the previous literature lah, which I think most of you should be able to encounter already this type of leadership. Okay, so yang macam among us understand that actually the main, the earlier school of thought lah about leadership styles is they divide leadership into 4 quadrants and 4 types or 4 styles, which is autocratic, democratic, transformational and laissez-faire. And in between these 4 ni adalah transactional leadership, participative leadership, bureaucratic leadership, charismatic leadership and situational leadership. So kalau kita tengok, transformational leadership is actually those individual or those leader who has high emphasis on people and low emphasis on task. So bila kita tengok balik, is that Prof. Gauss you think should be at that quadrant? Because Prof. Jaria did mention he is a little bit non-human. I mean, non-human means he is very task-oriented, very results-oriented. He doesn't care about the feelings of the people. So, what do you think? So, kalau kita tengok dekat kuadran ni lah, di mana sebenarnya dia?
Prof, dia dekat autokratik.
Kan, kalau lah, I mean kita tak tahu the underlying, tapi autocratic is those who actually make decision alone without relying on team. So, dalam keadaan macam contoh Gauss, for example, dia kena make sure that by certain period of time, he has to achieve ranking for UM. So, he has to come up with a setting vision. So, what to do or what to achieve with that vision, dia yang sendiri design. Kalau itulah karakternya, the design of the vision tu is only him who started it and who executed it. So maknanya dia autocratic. Tapi kalau dia in between, so katalah if he is in between autocratic and transformational. So which part of him do you think on the other side of leadership style? Kalau Hasma, dia kata dia di sini democratic. So dia highly emphasize on people as well as highly emphasize on task. Tapi the terms that she used is participative leadership. Do you remember listen to her speech the other day? Dia kata dia ni more on participative leadership. So dia would prefer the group to make decision rather than herself. So kalau saya tengok kat sini lah, macam Gauss ni ada duduk dekat sini tau, or probably in between. So maybe he is a little bit of bureaucratic leadership style. Anybody disagree with me?
I think you're right, Prof. I think you're right because the mindset has to be on point, and for that to happen, he needs to deal with people. to transform the men's side, to change. And of course, at the end of the day, he has his own KPI to achieve. And he is stern about it, and he, he's focused on that. And to a certain extent, he is autocratic, in order to achieve the things that he has set.
Because he has been given certain KPI to achieve, and he has to work fast. Usually, those who are autocratic is actually need to do a quick wins decision. So kalau those who are at transformational leadership, macam Asma ni is in between these two, because USM has already established ramai pakar-pakar dekat sana. So the vision is more long term rather than the quick win. So kalau leaders tu is actually very much focused on the quick win, so he has to be. We are not saying that leaders of this four ni tak bagus. Semuanya is actually good in certain circumstances. So for Gauss at that time, he must be in this stage, which is between autocratic and transformational. So kalau kita tengok definition of bureaucratic leadership, maybe in between these two. Sebab he make decision on his own on certain circumstances, but on certain circumstances when that is not urgent or when that is for the long term, he is more bureaucratic and more participative in a way. Sedangkan macam contohnya Ivy tadi sebut, Sagita mungkin sebut tadi, Asma ni dia maybe he is actually ada karakteristik dia sendiri sebagai seorang leader that make people wants to follow. So she is a charismatic leader. So charismatic leaders ni usually leaders who are born to become leader, because some people says leaders ni born ke made. Some people is actually born to become a leader dengan dia punya physical appearance. Kadang-kadang kalau orang pendek, kalau orang rambut kerinting, katanya lah, pendek, rambut kerinting tu bukan leadership punya species. Tapi of course dia boleh make and learn to become leader. Tapi kalau orang tu macam tinggi, tegak, all eloquent, speak very eloquence lah, so that is charismatic leadership, and they are actually born leadership. So cuba pandang diri sendiri, are you is a born leader ataupun made leader? Okay, so ini adalah what the theory indicates lah. And Raduan Cik Ros, I think he is between these two. He I don't know, dia is situational leadership. So my pengalaman, my experience with him is that dia ni highly empowered people. Dia dah empower people to do whatever task. Contohnya dia lantik pendaftar seorang profesor. So dia harapkan pendaftar tu buat as what his vision. Dia tak interfere. And then kadang-kadang whatever reports to him, he always accept. The same thing for TNC research and so on. And I still remember when I was a corporate director during his time, dia kata aja, okay Nick, I want to make sure that UMK ni will be brand as entrepreneurship university. So you just do lah whatever you think right. So I empower you. So in this situation, which one do you think he falls in? Kalau dia laissez-faire, maksudnya this is sebenarnya leader yang is a long term vision lah. They never care about people so much. Dia ni kedekut dari segi nak naikkan pangkat orang, dan dia bukan task oriented. So which I think this is not the person lah. Kalau ikutkan macam autocratic leadership ni, kalau ikutkan contoh one of the training yang I pergi, dia kata Donald Trump is very autocratic. And then Obama is very highly transformational. So this is the character. So kalau kita tengok ahli politik kan, Mahathir is actually autocratic. Transformational is more on Tun Abdul Razak. So this is actually the participative democratic ni is Najib. Najib is highly participative leadership. So that's why dia ramai, walaupun orang cakap lah dia apa-apa pasal 1MDB pun dia memang highly supported by dia punya follower. Begitu juga macam ni apa Anwar Ibrahim. Anwar Ibrahim, I tak nak komen lah, tapi he is also in this category. Tapi I don't know, dia more on transactional, people say. It's rewards based rather than maksudnya kalau orang tu baik dengan dia ataupun dia akan bagi rewards. So I don't know, kalau ada orang yang mempunyai pengalaman kat sini boleh share. So any comment, any example that you can give? So where do you think you put yourself in between this quadrant ataupun in between? Adakah you transactional, participative, bureaucratic, charismatic or situational? Which one? Nanti exercise nanti you can do at home dan kita akan discuss semula next week, okay? Alright. Okay. So apart from that school of thought, ada lagi another school of thought. They call servant leadership or authentic leadership sometimes. So some people says as an academician, especially academic leader yang rotate, yang dia punya position to rotation. If you become autocratic, when you get down from your position, hi bye bye lah you. Kawan pun akan jadi lawan. So some people says as an academic leaders, you have to be servant leaders. So you have to be selfless. You have to have empathic, you have to be resolute, virtuous, pelaku pun tak pernah authentic, non-partisan, and thorough. So we are actually a friend to our subordinates. Servant leaders ni is actually, you are not a boss for your subordinate. You are a friend to your subordinate. You work for others. You are not actually working for yourself. So that's why I agree very much with Prof. Asma and Prof. Radwan. Before we taking up any leadership position, we must make sure that we have our academic standing, so that people will refer to you not only in the form of position that you are holding, but also in other way. You are a consultant for them academically, either for teaching or for research and so on. So I will open for debate after this. There is one paper that is being supported by many to say that academic leaders, servant leadership styles is the best for them. Because why? Because you are not a leader for the rest of your life. It's not like you are working for a government sector. When you are actually on that position, you're never going down anymore. You will be going up and up until you retire. But for us, we can today become a dean, but maybe tomorrow we can become a normal academician. So if we don't want to lose a friend, we don't want to be in a very good relationship with others, servant leadership styles is the best. So, what do you think? Anybody have any other opinion? This is not my opinion. This is actually what I have read from a few articles related to leadership in higher learning institution. Anybody? Tak ada. Semua ni ada ke tidak ke? Okay. Now this is another part. Okay. So now I want you to ask yourself. There is one trainer. I went to this training. Carlos Escario. He always come up with a very macam creative talk about leadership. So dia suka guna warna untuk tengok personality, because dia kata leadership ni is also related to personality. So your personality is actually determine the styles of your leadership as well as how you make decision. So if you are red, this is the characteristics. So kalau tengok between red, blue, yellow and green, that is a division whether you are extrovert or you are introvert. So leadership styles of an extrovert and the introvert is different. Okay, so it doesn't mean that any of it is bad or good, tapi the characteristics or the styles of an individual is very much related to your personality. So if you are actually red in color, so kita boleh dia adalah you kena tahu all this color which one is actually your favorite color. How does it link to your personality? So kalau katalah you are in red, you are the warrior. Looks for control and values results, but can be impatient and insensitive. Sometimes kita ajalah yang betul. Kita tak nak dengar orang. Dan kita ni tak peka dengan perasaan orang. Kadang-kadang staff minta cuti, just because kita ada something on, kita tak bagi dia cuti sebab bagi kita apa yang kita nak buat tu lebih penting daripada apa yang staff kita hadapi. So this is the type of leader, they call it the warrior. And this leader, sometimes they will be successful juga, especially to achieve short-term planning or short-term vision. So this type of leaders will only focus on what have you done, what can be done, and when can you deliver. Okay, so lepas ni kita tepuk dada tanya selera lah, adakah kita ada? Kita mungkin ada sikit-sikit daripada 4 kuadran ni, okay? Tapi yang mana yang lebih menonjol tu kita sendiri yang tahulah. So the warrior always prioritizing effectiveness over efficiency. Okay, so dia nak something tu, benda tu jalan. Proses tu doesn't matter. So in a way, bila saya tengok kan, Radwan pun ada this kind of character. Dia nak tahu tarikh bila. Kalau dia nak hari ni, dia suruh kita hantar dekat dia semalam. I don't care what you do. So that's why sekarang ni banyak jugalah kisah-kisah audit zaman-zaman dia yang belum selesai. And
Prof, I rasa all leaders mesti ada some red values in them. Especially bila KPI wahyu-wahyu ni, Prof.
Kan, betul. Yeah, that's what I said. This one leadership style ni, dalam diri kita sendiri pun, kita tak boleh terlalu lemah dan juga terlalu keras. But all these elements mesti ada. Tapi kita kena tahu in a way macam mana kita nak balance lah.
How to balance it.
How to balance it. If you are blue, you are actually looking on process more rather than what and when. How? And you are looking at more on the most efficient path. So kadang-kadang orang yang blue ni dia terlalu perfectionist. 14 kali buat kertas kerja, masuk JPU ke masuk Senat, Allahu Akbar. Koma salah pun disuruh baiki. You know? So we also have this kind of leader who looks for accuracy and values precision but can be stubborn overly critical. I don't know, kalau saya masuk Senat UMK tu kan, you can daripada situlah you boleh tengok karakter-karakter masing-masing. Ada yang jenis fokus on result, tak kisahlah, tak apalah kertas kerja tak bagus sikit pun, okay, asalkan kita tahu objektif dia dan impactnya, okay, lulus. But on the other side, aduh, hai koma salah, tak letak koma, ataupun silaplah kertas kerja ni, something typo error, kena buat yang baru. So this is also type of leaders that we have. And then we have the magician. Okay, yang ini looks for recognition and is a visionary but can be unfocused or neglect detail. Saya rasa saya ada this type of character. Kalau kita nak tengok personality, dipanggil popular sanguine personality. The warrior ni is a choleric personality. So choleric personality ni dia nak benda tu jalan dan dia, tapi this type of people usually mudah dapat follower lah. Tapi bila dia jatuh, follower dia pun akan hilang juga sekali dengan choleric tu sekali. So the magician ni is actually looking for popularity, looks for recognition. Dia kalau misalnya macam, because why I say is me, dalam Senate contohnya, bila orang duk bergaduh kan, I don't have the guts to disagree, you know. Nanti kan orang tu kecil hati pula dengan aku, nanti aku punya paper bila aku masuk nanti dia bantai pula aku punya ya. So, you know, that kind of thinking that makes you not a good leader lah. So I don't know, maybe women always have this kind of I don't know, what do you think?
Politicians can be yellow ke Prof?
Kan, maybe. So dia buat apa-apa dia perlukan recognition. And then dia tak meticulous. Beres. Ada setengah orang tu kan, okay beres. Everything beres aja. Okay, so this is the character lah. And the last one is the lover. Wants to be accepted and values team dynamics but can be too sensitive, submissive or slow. So yang ini dia panggil melancholic personality. Melancholic personality malah basa dengan orang lah. Okay lah. Kalau you disagree, okay, I cancel, tak jadi buat. I mean you are not assertive, apatah lagi nak jadi defensive, but you are so melancholic, you just accept whatever flow, pasrah. So we have getting many kind of leaders. Kalau dekat UMK tu kita ada 5 orang VC. So all the VC tu kan, 4 quadrant ni I can tell lah. I can tell who they are. Who is in red, who is in yellow, who is in green, who is in blue. Tapi tak naklah sebut kat sini. Tapi maknanya the character is there. So after this we want to look at on ourselves, which is actually we think that we are and how are we going to improve ourselves so that we are going to be a better leader. Okay? Okay, any comment? Tak ada.
Prof nak tanya, how much of this is actually being influenced by number one, the VC? I mean, your influence, you know, say for example, is due yesterday, you know, that. So you know, lenggok you pun kena cepat, you know, that kind of thing. So you are pretty much influenced, isn't it, by the culture of the situation in which you are in, irrespective of your own personality and beliefs. So sometimes you don't believe in it, but because you are in, you're in as part and parcel of administration, you have to appear to be, you know, on the same page lah.
Betul. I can stand feel. Macam
and then this notion, Prof, of politically correct. You talk about Senate. My God, Senate is something else. Yeah, you know, itu medan peperangan.
Itulah. Tapi kita boleh tengoklah different types of leaders dalam tu kan, because all of them is dean and all the directors and so on. You can see. And then kalau katalah chairman tu is green, hayya, tak akan ada lah benda yang settle. You know, that's why the most easiest time for us during the Senate is when Husaini is the boss, when Husaini is our VC. So he is actually the warrior lah juga. Tapi sebab dia sekejap aja, dia one year aja. Tapi dalam Senate banyak decision can be made. Tak perlu banyak kali masuk, you know. So kalau zaman Murtaza contohnya, hayo, dia memang, I could say he is not the lover but he is the magician. So dia nak menyenangkan hati orang rather than nak make decision. I mean mungkin adalah kebaikan dia, he doesn't want to create, you know, macam battles ke whatever. Okay dah, si A kata tak boleh, si B kata okay lah, kita agree, kita buat masuk sekali lagi rather than buat decision. He didn't cut off what he thinks. He really relying on the followers to make decision instead of himself. But the warrior, he will, kalau dia dah ada opinion, dia memang, kau pergilah argue macam mana pun, kalau dia dah kata no, no lah. So That is the character of the leader.
Prof,
Yes, yes.
saya nak dapat pandangan daripada Prof dan rakan. Kadang-kadang kala kalau kita jadi warrior Prof kan, nanti ramai orang tak suka. Sebab terutamanya jawatan-jawatan yang giliran ni Prof. Kita
betul.
tahun, lepas tu nanti bila balik ke fakulti ke apa, orang dah tak mau kawan dengan kita. Macam mana?
Dia ada dua lah, I tengok lah kan. Actually, at the end of the day, it's about your personality. Sebenarnya, it's all within you. Kadang-kadang kalau kita ni karakter dah memang jenis warrior tu kan warrior jugalah. Cuma that's why kita kena belajar lah macam mana kita nak balance. Macam for me, I'm the magician. I always takut untuk buat decision that will make other people's terasa hati ke, I want to play safe. The word is playing safe. So in a way, that's not a good leader. So if I do that, then at the end of the day, not many things will be decided. So first of all, you must understand your personality, and then secondly is that actually we have to learn.
Prof, can I comment a bit?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's very difficult to choose between the four colors. I think I agree with you. It's something related to our personality as well. But for example, I can read maybe 10 years back or 5, 7, 8 years back, I see myself more to warrior in red. Because I think it's situational. I came to UM, I can't accept the culture. I don't understand why things so slow or things like that. It's nothing clear. So it makes a warrior in me. So I'm trying to say, hey, where's the lab? So where's the student? What is the policy? What is the SOP? So everything's not clear. So I have to look out for myself. So I focus on what and when and short-term things. So I can relate that I was a warrior then. But being said that, of course, I created a lot of trouble in the department meeting because I don't understand. So I just bluntly asked, commented on the things that I see not quite right, not knowing or not recognizing all the historical things that has been in place and not even knowing my position to say so. So, but after a while, when I get better to my colleagues, then they actually pointed out that they agree with me then. So I think when things need to be changed, some people will agree, just that they never say it out. They never support you on the face, right on the face. They sound like, I wish we could have that. Then after a few years, when things happen to be changed, and they actually like it, and they say, yeah, I because I think I made a very great impression. I think it's even the common bad impression to them. They feel that they were glad that I bring this up because being in the department for so long, they just don't dare. They're being the magician then. They don't want to provoke the head of department, so they didn't dare to say anything. But being a newbie, I say everything. So I think it's a situational thing. But once people know, people, I think being a warrior is not bad at all. I'm sure someone, if it's needed, if the change is needed, someone will actually appreciate that and give you the right credit. But what's more important is it must be fair, right? I think if you ask for what or when, short-term focus, it's not like, yesterday I think it's too much to ask for. But if you're given the right, clear, like Prof. Asma said, very articulate your vision, the process, and given enough time and tool for your subordinates to carry out the job, it should be. No, if you should expect what is being done, at least to some level. I think it's okay being a warrior. That's my opinion.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sometimes warrior is always a great leader. I mean, you have to become a warrior to be make a fast decision. So if you are thinking about something that you need to do it in short-term period. So you have to be a warrior. No, all these four is actually there's no positive or negative connotation out of it. I mean, not necessarily that a warrior is bad, sovereign is good and whatsoever. But it is, when you look at it, we have to have all four. We need to have all four. But we have to look at on the situation. So that's why there is leadership theory term as situational leadership. So because this warrior, sovereign, magician is actually character, the character of you from the personality that you've got. But like Prof. Jaria has been saying, when the culture that we are having, macam contohnya we are in that culture for so long, so we tend to be like that. So when we have the leader who is a warrior, who wants things fast all the time, so eventually you are actually play with the flow, that you also will be working fast and so on. So that's why the culture will develop siapa kita lah. Apart from our personality, the culture will develop. So that's why some people will look up to become a leader on other places because they have experienced a good culture in other place, you know. So this is actually what leadership is all about. Okay. Okay, so these are the opinion of Escario. He said leadership is very much related to your personality, and the personality will be eventually changed due to the culture that you are in. Okay. Okay. So I also would like to share with you some of the Islamic opinions on leadership qualities. So this is called prophetic leadership. So prophetic leadership qualities says that you can become a leader as long as you have four things. So before you become a leader, you should be able to ask yourself, do you have a follower? Because if you don't have a follower, again, like we are discussing just now, we have to have people. If you don't have a follower, then you are not fit to become a leader. So if you are coming from nowhere, datang daripada negeri mana, tiba-tiba you nak jadi penghulu kampung orang, so you better don't say you agree to become a leader because nobody knows you and you don't have the follower. Secondly, you need to have a synergy. So even though you have a follower, but your follower must be synergized with you. So that means you must be able to that's why certain leader sebelum dia jadi ketua, dia buy in dulu opinion of others. So that's why kalau kita tengok kan perhubungan UMNO ke ataupun apalah muktamar PAS ke, sebelum dia jadi mana-mana ni dia dah ada dia punya own team. Kalau tengok apa PH pun ada team siapa team apa Azmin Ali lah, team Anwar Ibrahim lah. So they are actually conquering the follower already. So according to this prophetic leadership, dia kata no follower, no leader. You will go nowhere. There won't be any sustainability if you don't have a follower, and that follower must be synergy, must have synergy with you. And the fourth one is altruistic. They call it even though you are a leader, you have to conduct altruistic management. So altruistic management is that even though they are follower, you have to feel empathy. You have to feel in love with all your groups. Okay, so that is what they call it, altruistic management. Okay, so tadi the word fair, the word fairness, justice, and ihsan is actually also one of the element. Just like Ivy have said, being a warrior is not bad, but you must be fair and justice. So this is also dalam Islam on prophetic leadership qualities also have focus on very much on fairness, justice, and ihsan. And the second one is about ESQ, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, as well as physical intelligence. So that's why kalau you nak jadi leader, kalau you duduk atas kursi roda, you cacat, you tak cukup sifat, you tak ada physical quotient, forget about it. So you have to have emotional quotient, spiritual quotient, IQ, as well as PQ sekarang ni. Ada PQ altogether. Sorry, 4Q, which is the last one is physical quotient. And definitely you have to be competent, courage, ini memang dah biasalah. Okay, this is what I have said just now. So as a leader under prophetic leadership, you must have a selfless characters. That means you are actually now contributing to the community, contributing to society. So you are not doing it for yourself. Dekat rumah I ni azan sekejap. Kita stop boleh sekejap?
Boleh.
Sebabnya apa masjid sebelah rumah I je. Okay, kita continue. Okay, so almost all of what we have said just now, either you are the magician, you are the warrior, it doesn't matter as long as you have all these characteristics. So, and the most things yang not being discussed in many theory of leadership is altruism. Macam mana nak pronounce? Betul lah? Am I pronounce right? So it's actually about love. You should love everybody around you, your follower, even though you jangan pandang rendah dengan your subordinates, because no follower, no leader. Okay? And then you have to be fair, and you have to have that 4 P's just now. And of course, kalau you tak competent, because that's why leader ni is actually being appointed. So if you are actually surrender yourself and you put yourself to become a leader, according to Islam, it is not a right way on how to appoint a leader. A leader has to be appointed. So that's why kadang-kadang, you know, macam dekat university, when we want to become when they want to have a VC, they ask us to apply. So actually dalam Islam, that's not a correct way. So because kadang-kadang yang apply tu adalah yang sebenarnya tak competent. Tapi yang competent ni tak apply pun. So AKAP should be able to use this prophetic leadership quality so that you appoint a leader. Not it has to be appointed, not self-nominated. Sekarang kita punya sistem is self-nominated. So that's why at the end of the day, yang turns out to be a leader is not those who are competent. And then this part, courage ni is actually about the warrior. So the warrior usually have strong courage as compared to the magician and the sovereign and so on. Okay, so kadang-kadang orang perempuan ni kurang kat sini lah. Siapa yang tanya Prof Asma hari tu? Nak jadi macam Prof Asma bukan semua orang boleh, especially ladies. Because we always have the inferiority complex. It is, kalau I mean to share with you, I don't say that I don't have the courage, tapi I'm highly emotional, sensitive. So kalau kena jelekah sikit, like apa Syahrir kata, you prefer people to say, to be blunt in front of you. Orang lelaki mungkin boleh, kalau orang perempuan bolehlah nak mengalir air mata. So this part, the courage part ni kurang sikit lah for me lah. I don't know Prof Jaria macam mana. I kalau kena marah, seminggu lah aku tak tidur.
Can I say something? I've had deans who are very soft spoken and very considerate. I've got deans who are like mak tiri, you know, who threw files pun ada, you know, that kind of thing. But those are good experience, you know, when you look at the crux of the problem. Why? To me, it's always like, why did the person, you know, behave in such a manner, you know? But towards the end, I think if bagaimana marah pun you, I mean, you jerit dekat orang pun, nothing is being heard. You know, what they would think of is the voice that is, you know, the loud voice, but the content too is actually missed out, and then forever they will remember you for you screaming at them, and so buat apa, you know. I think to me, if I really have to talk to my staff, this is my tone. This is my tone, and I say, why are you doing this? What do you want to achieve? God, tell me what is the problem, really. What is the problem, and how can I help you? And at the end of the day, I say, you tell me how I can help you. Help me how to help you. It's almost always, Prof, kadang-kadang tu it works, kadang-kadang tak. And kalau tak tu, the staff tu happens to be a Muslim, I jadi pendakwa lah. I bring in the Islamic, underpinnings, or this concept of, you having to produce the salary you receive at the end of the month to halal ke tidak, that kind of thing. Just to get the just to get the buy-in, Namun kalau nak jerit ke, there's no need to be doing all that. They are adults. I think you can just talk to them. And I think what works is that when they know why we're doing it, you instill awareness and how it can be achieved. You help them to see. Once they see, then it's smooth sailing. So I can totally relate.
I know you are kind of motherly kind of boss. And then sometimes also, like Ivy said earlier, it's over age also we change our character and our personality. Mungkin dulu kita ni the warrior, tapi bila dah berusia sedikit kita dah jadi lembut hati. Mungkin EQ kita lebih tinggi sikit daripada IQ. IQ masih ada kat situ, tapi EQ expanding, okay?
I think we become more understanding kot.
Maybe,
through your experience, you can relate. You can relate. So, and then you have a lot more patience, I think.
True.
Yeah, sometimes I just listen, let them vent their frustration. And after that, okay, this is what we shall do.
Okay. Any idea lagi? Okay. Before, I would like to share also another school of thought about leadership. Ini yang terbaru. If we see about autocratic and so on, that is kind of old school of thought. The new school of thought now is talking about purposeful leadership and agile leadership. Okay. So again, tadilah yang 4P tadi, I agree. Of course, when you become a leader, you must know what purpose that you become a leader. Kalau setakat you become a leader just because you want to get that position, nak dapatkan dreba ke, ataupun nak dapatkan all those kind of perks and so on, so you will never be able to, you will never be able to become a good leader. So you have to be a purposeful leader. So with purpose. So I think I don't have to comment more because tadi Doktor apa tadi tu? Let me check. Dr. Syarul dah mention about what is purpose, people and so on. Tapi again, kalau kita tengok dia punya elements pun sama. You must be inspired leader. Seorang purposeful leader has to be inspired leader. Related to transformational juga. So maknanya when you become a leader, you are actually not to bring yourself up. You are actually bring up your follower together with you, so that you know that you have somebody who become somebody who will be replacing you in the future. So kalau you nak jadi leader forever and ever, you are not a leader actually. You don't inspire people. And you have to engage. So purposeful leader, usually they work together with the subordinates rather than you just touch and go, but you are actually engaged as well, okay? And you are innovate. And you make sure that whatever you aim is achievable. Kadang-kadang ada juga leader ni yang tapi nanti kita akan tengok jugalah how is different between entrepreneurial leader. Because when we talk about purposeful leader, so the idea is said that when you make a decision, you have to make sure that the decision is achievable. So if the decision is not achievable, don't waste your time. So this is what purposeful leader, which is contradict with entrepreneurial leader. So we'll see which one, according to the time that we are having now, is it achievable, is important to work for a leader, okay? Okay, and then they are talking about agile leadership. So agile leadership is very much related to what we are studying, what we are looking at now, which is about change leadership. You have to be agile, okay? Meaning that you have to be, it's also sometimes related to situational leadership. So, in whatever circumstances, contoh tadi, Dr. Syarul kata, okay, she has to do when he went to different places. So that is what leadership. The situation is complex, uncertain, and rapidly changing environment. So sekarang ni kalau kita tengok, kalau kita buat curriculum pun tak sampai 2 tahun kita dah kena ubah. Dulu kita buat technology based, sekarang kita kena change to digital based, you know. So for leaders to be agile, you must establish teams. Again, follower is very important. So jawablah soalan Dr. Mazura tadi. Macam mana nak dapat follower tu tadi, ini kita kena belajar satu, kena minta Dr. Muze buat satu kelas lah, how to create a follower. Kalau ikutkan strategi yang ada, 2 cara tu lah. Pertama, you ambil orang daripada luar yang you kenal, close to you, and you janjikan dia something better for him, naik pangkat ke, so he will follow you definitely because he obliged to you, and akan yalah, kacang tak lupakan kulit lah. That is what happened to me and Prof. Radwan lah. Whatever people says about him, I always look up on him because he's the one who is actually bring me up to who I am now. Okay, I am just from UITM kat Cawangan Macang, you know, there is small Cawangan, nobody even look up on me. Tapi alhamdulillah ada juga lah orang nampak. Okay, so that is how leaders create followers. You have to establish teams. Make sure that you have follower. You have to shape the environment. So maksudnya you have to be fragile to the environment. Meaning that you have to cope with the situation. If people are now have to rely very much on technology, then that is what leaders should do. And of course, agile leadership, you are not just directing, you know, you have to coach. You have to mentor. So that is agile leaders. And then you have to lead through change. So this is actually things yang quite difficult lah kadang-kadang. How are we going to change? So agile leaders ni mesti ada high foresight. Saya ada satu buku nanti I will going to share with you, just published by ACAP. Actually published by UniRazak. I can't remember the name book, tapi very interesting to learn about how to become a foresight leader. Okay, leader yang boleh berfikiran jauh, yang boleh nampak future. So in order for us to become a foresight leader, to looking at what future should be, we have to be agile. Okay, so that is what agile leadership.
How do you spell that, Prof? Foresight.
Foresight. F-O-R-S-I-G-H-T. Nanti I'll share with you the book. Kejap nah. Buku tu baru saja, panas-panas lagi. Saya rasa mungkin ACAP pun tak tahu buku tu keluar. Tapi I think the grant were given by ACAP. Dia panggil Rethinking Education in Malaysia. So they are talking about what type of leader should be leading the university. So I baik kat takut lupa nah. Okay, I put it in the group.
Prof nak tanya, nak tanya, what's the difference between foresight leader and visionary?
Okay, kalau ikutkan rethinking higher education in dia term foresight tu is actually you can predict the future. You are able to think beyond what is happening now. Visionary is actually when you are actually strategize based upon the current situation. So contoh katalah, contohlah, okay. So you need to achieve a target to become number 1 universiti keusahawanan di dunia ataupun di Malaysia. So that is what I vision. So what is the process that I have to do in order to achieve those? Okay. Foresight is that you are able to see what is actually might happen in the future. Macam that's why kalau katalah Mahathir is a visionary leader, but he's not a foresight leader. You know, I pernah attend Datuk Ansari punya talk 7 years ago. I think in 2011 ke 2010, 2011 or something like that. Bila dia nak tubuhkan AEU, you know, have you heard Datuk Ansari UM? Universiti Melayu kan, dia daripada Universiti Melayu.
Ada, ya.
So dia present. I was with AKAP at that time. Masa tu Datuk Zainuddin is the director. I was one of the fellow dekat situ lah. I rasa Raja Suzana pun also there at that time, Raja Suzana. So he presented about AEU. Dia nak buka Asian E-University. So people keep asking, apa tu AEU? So dia kata it's online university, which means that they don't need any physical premise for the university, but the university will be by the 32 countries out through this online kind of things. So nobody can see what he's seeing at that time. But he can foresight already in the future. This is actually the type of environment that we are going to face. So he's true enough. So that is actually the example lah. I don't know for Dr. Mazura, I don't know how else should I explain. Tapi cuba baca buku Rethinking Higher Education ni. They are talking about foresight leadership, what is important to be foresight, especially in this rapid changing environment. Okay, any question? Ada lagi kah? Okay, kita towards the end. Alright. Okay, now apart from all the leadership styles that we have looked at just now, entrepreneur leadership ni ada slight different in a way, especially when it comes to apa dipanggil decision thinking. Okay, so these are the 4 elements of entrepreneurial leaders. The most important thing is take risk. You have to be risk taker. If you are risk averse, forget about it. You are not entrepreneurial leader. So that means you have to make decision, even though that decision may not be achievable, may not be. Okay, so you, of course, you are eyeing, of course, when you take risk, it has to be calculated risk. But when you make decision, you already have in mind certain probability that your decision may not be right. Tapi you have to do it, because if you don't do it, you may miss the opportunity. Somebody may grab it earlier than you. So this is how entrepreneurial leader thinks. Contoh sekarang, Prof. Tan Sri Gauss. Tan Sri Gauss, kalau you dengar presentation dia on what he's going to do for UPM as the chairman for LPU, he's going to bring in how many billions to UPM, I don't know, but bring in money to UPM is not difficult if you go and ask for sponsors, getting philanthropies and so on. Tapi Gauss is not going to get through that medium. He's going to do it through investment. And when I look at on that investment, oh my God, habislah, pengsanlah UPM kalau lah this investment is not workable. So I tanya Prof. Gauss, Tan Sri, kata Tan Sri, how many percent do you think the probability of you to be successful? Dia kata 60-40. And if you think it is 60% only chances of winning and 40% of losing, why do you continue? Why do you proceed? Dia kata, if I win that 60%, I will be better off. So that is the kind of risk that entrepreneur leader has to take. Siapa yang berani? So this is one of the character. Mana question? Ada nak tanya ke? Ada orang tekan loceng je dengar? Okay. And then you have, as a leader, you have to take initiative. Entrepreneur leader don't have, and then not only takes initiative by yourself, but also you have to take initiative by others as well. So you have to open up to ideas, whether the idea is bad or good or whatsoever, you have to offer for initiative. So take the initiative as positive until it negative. Okay, so entrepreneur leader akan take up any idea sehingga is being proven wrong. So macam Mark Zuckerberg when dia introduce Facebook. So for how many years? I think about 5 years, he didn't get any income out of it. So dia just invest and then put an initiative to do what he likes to do. Something that dia rasa macam benda ni is interested. It's interest for him, and also he foresight that in the future this will be the environment, especially for the youngsters. So takes initiative is very important for entrepreneur leaders. Take responsibility. Kalau gagal, jangan salahkan orang lain. So kalau Jepun, if you fail, dia akan terus letak jawatan. Bukan macam kita. Rugi macam mana pun, tabung haji tu berapa ratus juta pun, dia punya CEO kalau tidak ditarik jawatan, dia tak akan letak jawatan punya. So entrepreneurial leader will take responsibility. We be accountable. So jangan malu kalau misalnya kita rasa I'm so sorry, I've made blunders, I've made mistakes, so I would rather back off from my position. So that is actually bukan gagal sebenarnya. You are accountable, you are responsible. Okay, but before that, you have to demonstrate entrepreneurial creativity. So I think all these four is actually the element that make you a great thinker. So that you, walaupun kita kata kita ambil risk, tapi it's a calculated risk, chances of winning tu, it's always there. So confident that we have taken the risk, but the risk is actually something that on our side. So kalau kita tengok, this is actually I take the differences between transformational versus entrepreneurial leadership. Because kadang-kadang kebanyakan scholar, good leader is always associated to transformational leader. Macam tadi pun bila kita tengok, Gauss is always associated dengan transformational leadership. Sebab dia dah bring in a good thing to UM and so on. Tapi sebenarnya I rasa Gauss tu juga is entrepreneurial leader. Dia berani untuk invest dan dia berani juga pergi ketuk pintu kementerian minta duit. If you want me to do this, this is the amount of money that I have, that I need. Otherwise, things won't work. Okay, so transformational leader ni is bring about a change in existing order. Okay, so tadi transformational leader is visionary leader. So maksudnya dia vision dia is actually to achieve what he wants to achieve based upon the existing order. Okay, entrepreneurial leader is bring about a new order. Okay, something that maybe people never thought of it, he or she thought of it. So because she has foresight that in the future things will be changed this way. Okay, so entrepreneurial leader is a foresight leader. Transformational leader is visionary leader. So this is actually the difference between the two. Macam mana kita nak jadi entrepreneurial leader tu nanti on the next ni kita akan tengok tips lah. Ada tips sama ada kita boleh buat ke tak boleh buat tu, we will learn together. But this is how to become entrepreneurial leader. Ada 11 tips how we should do. in terms of personality, macam tadi kan, we were born with this type of personality. Tapi culture may change us, environment may change us to be different from what we were born with. Okay, so nanti kita akan tengok macam mana. Okay, alright. So anything, any argument, any disagreement or whatever, or any idea, any opinion?
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum. Prof, tadi Prof ada mention tentang failure dalam Japanese culture tadi.
Okay.
Failure dalam Japanese culture. Saya ada tengok satu rancangan dekat History Channel tentang apa tu bom atom di Hiroshima dan Nagasaki. Jadi Japanese ni mereka come out dengan satu peribahasa, dia kata if you success you learn little, but if you fail you learn a lot.
If you fail?
If you success you if you fail you if you success you learn little.
Okay. Oh, if you success you learn a lot.
You learn a lot. Jadi saya rasa ketika-ketika XVC tu mungkin mereka dah undergo a very huge amount of failure kot, sehingga mereka memang learn a lot rasanya.
Yes. Ada satu buku talking about character of the Japanese. They also relate to the Japanese leadership. So Japan ni satu dia karakter dia. I mean, because at the end of the day, what style of leadership you are is depends on your character. So your inborn character dengan your upbringing and your culture. So the Japan dia punya karakter yang dididik, culture dia memang macam tu lah, memang always accountable. Plus dengan of course the culture yang tadilah yang dia has gone through a lot of miseries and so on. I agree with you. I agree.
Itu saja, Prof.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else nak add?
Prof, boleh saya tambah sikit yang tentang Japanese punya leadership tu. At last, Prof. Okay. From my experience, being 10 years in Japan, so Japanese ni, they not bringing along their pride and prejudice, but also their family's name. So, kalau mereka ada buat salah dan sebagainya, bukan hanya mereka yang menanggung risiko itulah, but the whole family names tu. So, daripada mereka korbankan the whole clan, so it is better for them individually take the responsibility and turun daripada sesuatu position yang they are holding on itulah. Dan untuk menjadi seorang leader itu pula it's either inherited in terms of university. Sebab itu kalau kita tengok di dalam syarikat-syarikat besar di Jepun, sekiranya CEO yang memegang jawatan tersebut graduated from Tokyo University, then dia punya management team juga adalah from Tokyo University as well. Okay, itu adalah culture, Japanese culture lah. Dan juga in order to become a leader, Jepun ni dia tak ada satu agama yang tetap lah. Kita nampak from there lah. They are born as Shinto. When they get married, mereka mengikut cara Kristian, and bila mereka meninggal dunia, mereka dikebumikan mengikut cara Buddha. Okay, dan daripada situ, rather than they believe in God, but sekarang kita nampak dah banyak lah dia orang ada belief lah. So they believe in blood type. Okay, so leaders ni kebanyakannya adalah blood type O. So they learn from there lah, banyaklah kajian yang dilakukan dan sebagainya lah. Itu saja komen saya, panjang pula. Sorry, thank you.
Okay, good. Sekejap, hilang dah I punya ni, mana dia? Sekejap, saya punya slide tadi sudah kehilangan. Hold on. Okay, jap. Okay, memang pun ada, that's why tadi when I said about born leaders, you know, because there are always argument between does the leaders is born or made. Okay, so banyak orang, the school of thought, especially when it comes to charismatic leadership, there's a few types of leadership which is actually categorized as born leader. So sama lah. I mean dia kata okay, orang yang type O punya darah type O ni usually ada that kind of charismatic leadership charismatics ni. And then kalau you macam you know, you tengok Obama is associated to charismatic leadership dengan dia punya character and so on. Berbanding dengan Donald Trump, I don't know. Ini bukan saya yang cakap. This is actually school of thought lah. So dulu semasa Bush, Presiden Bush ni dia lawan dengan seorang tu, nama apa dah I lupa. Bush is Republican. Yang Democrat ni pendek, rambut kerinting. So there is comment to say that, hey look, you will never you are not a species of a leader because you pendek dengan you rambut kerinting. So itu I don't know. Tapi memang adalah study yang dia tengok, okay, kebanyakan leader ni is darah dia jenis O. Kalau jenis A negatif especially kan, tak akan jadi leader. Kononnya lah. Okay, kita dah nak habis kita ni pukul 5 dah ni, dah lebih ni. Okay, so who is a leader? So leadership is about making others better because of your presence. So that means bila you jadi ketua, you make everybody actually look up on you and feel happy to have you to lead them. Ini saya ambil daripada Elma tadi dalam discussion with UMK tadi. This is actually apa yang dia sebut lah. Leadership is about making others better because of your presence. How you can ensure teams flourish together under your leadership. So again, they are talking about team. So team ni from dia kena ada multiplying effect. Maksudnya kalau you ada 10, lama-lama it grows into 20 because the good word of mouth from your existing followers to the others. So lama-lama if you are a good leader, people will follow you. And you have to become a legendary leader. So jangan turun dengan negative perception of people. You have to be a legend. Bila you turun, people akan ingat at least sekurang-kurangnya apa yang you buat. Macam Ivy tadi, regardless of what people says about Gauss for example, now everybody realize that because of him lah culture UM dah jadi berbeza. Okay, so this is who leader should be. Jadi kalau kita nanti besok-besok nak jadi leader ni, kita kena put this in our mind lah. Maknanya kita ni bukan ketua sebab kita nak jadikan kita somebody, tapi because kita nak jadikan orang seronok mempunyai ketua macam kita. So that is what Elma said just now. Okay. Okay, again, ini adalah assignment or exercise that we are going to do next week. Saya akan cuba mana Dr. Nick Zulkarnain. Dr. Nick Zulkarnain akan prepare satu ni dipanggil Padlet ke apa-apa yang kita boleh, macam contoh macam kita buat bootcamp lah. We are going to share our thought at the same time and all can read what is our thought all about. Macam stiker, color stiker juga. Tak tahulah jadi ke tak, baru nak belajar ni ha. But I've been thinking macam mana lah kita nak buat bootcamp. Macam mana nak buat group discussion dalam keadaan situasi yang macam ni. Tapi I dengan Dr. Nick Zulkarnain tengah duduk workout on what are the software yang sesuai. Kalau kawan-kawan ada idea software yang sesuai yang kita boleh buat macam group discussion on the board. So you just let me know, okay? Okay, never mind, nanti you baca. Okay, this is the idea that I want from you all. Okay, sekarang ni I wish that all of us, including myself, sediakan satu satu leadership brand statement. Okay, about ourselves. About kita lah. Nanti mungkin kita ni sama-sama kita aja, kita nak share what we thought about ourselves, what I value most. And I know many of us kat sini ada yang tak kisah pun kalau tak pegang apa-apa position. Tapi ada juga yang rasa macam contohlah, kalau saya bukan nak sangat pegang position, tapi saya rasa responsible dengan gaji yang diberi, dengan title yang diberi. So kita nak contribute lah kepada society. Jadi I want you to share that, alright? So kalau boleh nanti on the next one tomorrow, I would like to welcome you all untuk listen to talk by these 3 young VC. Tapi kalau you all tak boleh join pun tak apa, kita akan record. Nanti you will listen when you are free lah. Okay? But this one is compulsory for next week. We are going to work on self-branding, personal leadership branding. So I want you to do your leadership brand statement. So kalau boleh, you can come up with your own opinion about yourself.
Prof, what is that nombor yang keempat tu? What I experience from you?
Okay, nampak tak?
Apa maknanya tu, Prof? Yang nombor 4 tu?
Oh, okay. What I want
expect.
to be for, how I will lead, what I expect from you. Apa maksudnya? Saya rasa macam what do you think that people expect from you? Anybody? Kalau I faham lah, kalau macam what I value the most is actually apa yang kita lah. What I want to be known for as what? How I will lead. This is actually based on your own creativity. What you think, you can just brainstorm lah. But what I expect from you, kalau saya faham macam terbalik kalau saya faham. What if I a leader, what do you expect from me? What do you think?
I think as a leader, what you would expect from your subordinates, what kind of things that they can contribute. I think so.
Okay.
Because you're already a leader, so you would be your subordinates or your colleagues or whatever. So, what will I expect from you in terms of contribution? I think so. Or how they can contribute.
You is the
other people.
Kan?
Other people, I think.
I agree. I think
Saya rasa
example,
pula,
you want loyalty.
Prof, saya rasa pula bila sampai ke level yang keempat tu, mungkin dia dah rasa dia adalah seorang leader. So what I expect from you is what leader would expect from the subordinate.
Sama lah juga. Tu macam dekat cuma dia way round. Kan.
Dia ialah leader dan apa yang dia expect kepada orang di bawah dia.
Orang bawah dia, yes. Okay.
Betul ke ayat tu?
Betul. I rasa what I expect from you. I is leader, you is the follower, the subordinate lah. Okay.
You is the subordinate.
Okay.
It may not be subordinate pun, it could be your colleagues, kan?
Colleague.
I mean,
boleh juga.
You too is pretty much, you need to decide who the you is.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's it for now. Kita lebih sikit masa, 12 minit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
Okay, so kita dah complete a few hours. So nanti assignment will be calculate 6 hours. Make sure you duduk 6 jam, 6 jam buat SLC. Okay.
Alright, okay, bye Prof. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, bye. Selamat berbuka.
Selamat berbuka semua.